Hi everyone. So I wanted to go over what happened last year. Kind of depressed me, actually, with the way things were growing, and that's how you learn about growing. Like the first year was great, last year sucked. I mean, maybe that's why I haven't made a video in a while too, because enough of that. I mean, it kind of brings you down. I mean, first year was great growing stuff. Last year, I had so many problems, I thought I did, because nothing really was happening. Nothing was producing well. And, but I learned from it. I learned not to use certain type of containers. And I'll show you what worked for me and what didn't work for me. And maybe it will help you. It's just like these orange juice containers didn't work, but the plastic ones did. So let's have a look. So what I tried last year was basically the milk containers, your cardboard milk containers. I think I got orange juice ones around somewhere, but the cardboard ones. So you'd fill it up with soil, and I would poke holes into the bottom. There's slits there, so the water would feed the roots. Well, the problem I had was the container itself held the moisture, which at times is a good thing, but at times it's not, because the roots weren't breathing. So basically, it was just sitting in water all the time and not be able to dry out. It would, sit there, and it wasn't growing worth the shit, The roots weren't expanding. What I should have done maybe was to let it dry out some for the roots to go down and then water it. But what I tried last year was basically feeding it water all the time and keeping it in water, and it didn't grow at all. Well, not that much. So what I usually do is, this is one of the containers I have, and we're going to try a couple more deep, about the same depth container. You fill that up with water, and it gives the roots the water, and then the plant grows. Well, these containers here were great the first year. This is what I used for all the plants, and everything worked out great. Let it dry out, which I didn't do last year. And, I was trying, I'll just let it sit in a little bit of water and let it grow. Well, that's how you learn. I mean, I learned my lesson. And even this has slits in the bottom. Even this big container to put a plant in. And, it doesn't hold the moisture. It's just plastic. But this does. This holds the moisture all the way up. Which I'll be throwing these out. Why do I need to keep them? So this was my setup last year. Take that away. Was just plunking that down, putting that in water, and then, seeing if they would grow. And the other thing that happened was when the tobacco was growing, I pulled them out too quick. I didn't let them mature enough to a small plant, because the first year I thought, they grew so well. You're not going to have all the plants in the container go out. You're going to have maybe 6, 8, maybe 10 if you're lucky, plants that are in the container to grow. So I pulled them out too premature. That's what she said. And then, they didn't grow that well. That's what happened to that first batch, remember? I put them in the ground and nothing happened. Well, the second batch that I had going, I let them mature more to a bigger plant, and they survived, which I think were like maybe 3 plants at the most. Yeah, the 3 ones in the middle column. And also, the flat container that I tried using, that had like 2 to 3 inches of not soil but potting soil in it. The that didn't work well. I don't know why. Because it's a shallow root for tobacco anyway, but it didn't like the shallow plastic container I used, the flat there. So we won't be doing that this year. I think I'm going to stick to my peanut butter containers and peanut butter jars and the other ones. I'll try the other ones and the protein shake containers. I'll try one of those this year for the tobacco and see what happens. But yeah, I wanted to show you the problem I had with these containers. Other people have luck with the cardboard containers, the orange juice and milk containers, but I'm not going to. So that's what I wanted to show you. Was my problems I had. I mean, you can try it and see if it works for you, but for me it didn't. For that fact, so I wanted to show you that, as I said, and yeah, so that's one problem I'm having less this year is a moisture problem. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll see ya in the next episode. I don't know of what, but I guess of gardening.